Hi guys, welcome along to episode 39 of the Solihull Moors career mode series here on FIFA 20. Today is the day, the big one, the biggest of the series so far, as we face off against Manchester City in a Carabao Cup final. I still can't believe that we managed to get this far in the Cup. We've beaten Manchester United and Villa on the way to this final, and now we stand on the precipice of something massive. Let's get into it. Right guys, so now you can see the two lineups that we're going to play here in this Carabao Cup tie. The 4-2-3-1 is what we're favouring this time around for ourselves, because I want to try to protect the centre-backs with both Patterson and Peterson dropping in there. And Manchester City were fielding a pretty poor lineup, if I'm honest, so I have shuffled things around for them in order that they have got better players on the field. Laporte and Pavard were not in the lineup to start with, and obviously they do have the high statistics, so I have put them in, although they are a little bit tired, and I assume that's why the CPU were not going to play them. Garcia wasn't in the lineup either. Aguero was in there, but obviously he is quite fatigued at the moment, but he is the only striker that I can find in their squad that is of any decent quality anyway. So this is the best team that I can field for Manchester City. Hopefully it will be one that will give us a massive challenge. Let me just show you who they've got currently in the injury list as well. They've got Sanchez, currently injured, centre-back, and they've also got Hakim Ziyech, who they must have signed from Ajax. So, you know, they are missing a couple of key players, although I'm not sure how you fit those guys into the squad based on their current lineup anyway. But nonetheless, let's get on into this game. Right then, here we go. It is the big one. We're at Wembley Stadium here to face off against Manchester City, again in the Carabao Cup. And we must have took the whole of Solihull at least to fill out this stadium. Obviously many people from around the Birmingham area are in the Wembley Stadium here to cheer on Solihull Moors as they take on their biggest challenge to date. Here's the lineup for ourselves. Andre Thomas in goal, Robert Berglund at right back, Duncan Campbell and Dwan Patterson in the centre back roles. Colin Cockrell-Mullet facing off at left back, Patterson and Peterson sitting in at central defensive midfield, Smith out left wing, Benning right wing, Nystrom and Rafferty are up front. Here we go, some familiar faces in the Manchester City lineup. Edison in goal, Cancelo at right back, Pavard and Laporte in the middle with Porro out left back. Rodri in the holding position with Garcia and De Bruyne in central midfield. Sané out left, Silva out right and Aguero up top.
Thank you. Enjoy your day here at Wembley Stadium.
Let's go get them, boys. Right, this is our biggest game of football to date. Let's see how we can get on against Manchester City. Can we do what we did over there? Biggest rivals, Manchester United, in previous rounds of this cup competition. I'm not in any rush to break them down at this stage. Just want to shift the ball around, find my way into this game. Patterson off to Benning. Patterson again into Nystrom this time, who's found that pocket of space and fires the ball out wide to Cockrell-Mullet. Goes towards the back post, but that was never reaching its destination, and Edison comes out to claim it. Pumps the ball long downfield, but Patterson will clear that nice and easily. Into Nystrom, who's occupying that pocket of space. Can he field it off to Rafferty? He can, but it was a poor ball and in behind the Irishman. Well done, lads, to absorb that pressure. Patterson. They are prepared to put us under pressure here in the opening phases of this game. Into Nystrom now. Little lob ball over the top that Laporte manages to prevent going through. As De Bruyne's now on the ball, fields it off to Cancelo, and that is a lovely ball down the wing here to find his teammate Bernardo Silva. Cockerel Mullet prevents him from putting that ball into the box. De Bruyne now found his way into some open space as Manchester City mount their first attack. Into Aguero. Cockerel Mullet is able to pull that away, but he is under pressure from the Man City guy. Patterson now fields it out wide here for Berglund, who absolutely does Sané. Inside to Nystrom. Tries to go with a cheeky one. Oh, Brendan can't quite get there ahead of Ederson. Cancelo fires it down the line to Bernardo and into Rodri. Nice ball over the top that Cockerel Mullet has seen and gets there ahead of the Man City man. But it's a mistake from the goalkeeper that offered the opportunity to Bernardo, and he drags that shot wide. I think Duncan Campbell there did enough to put him off. Patterson off to his brother. Fields it in to Nystrom. And he goes one more for Peterson. Holds up the play. Looks again for Nystrom. He'll drive into the box. Rolls it in. Comes across. They're trying to find room to put a foot in, and they do eventually as it comes out to Aguero. But Dwan Patterson's got him covered off. Peterson into Eddie Patterson. Switches across here for Nystrom, who's dropped into the pocket again. Tries to play it off, but Rodri prevents him doing so. Strong bit of play by Nystrom now. Peterson off to Eddie. Can he feel? Oh, just couldn't slide that past Laporte. Garcia pumps that lung for Sané, and that is well out. Benning, Berglund, Peterson comes back. Get out the way, ref. Berglund off to Peterson. A lot of pressure coming from Manchester City here as we try to build out with this ball. Berglund decides to come away with it and fields it off to Benning. Cuts back, going to throw it into the box. Can Nystrom get there? Not quite ahead of the Manchester City man, but we are still in possession of it with Patterson. And we'll have to build again. As Benning turns that round the corner for Berglund. A little chip ball to the back post. Our first real opportunity of the game there, and it falls to the informed man Nystrom, but he can't take the chance. Dwan does well to get up into Nystrom, off to Eddie Patterson. Pops it back to Dwan Patterson. Campbell just gets rid of it because he knows he was under immense pressure. Comes out to Sané. And that is great work by Peterson. Campbell, Benning, and he can't get the ball through. Pressure mounting here from Manchester City just before the half-time break as Aguero comes through with it. Bernardo now out to Cancelo. De Bruyne. Patterson, oh, great work. As we get the ball out wide here for Smithy. He's got some pace, this boy, but has he got enough to beat Cancelo? Not quite. So he drags it inside looking for Rafferty, and he stumbles outwards as Pavard collects the ball, and the referee calls for the half-time break. A great piece of play in the opening phases of this game from Solihull though. More than a match for Manchester City at this stage, but there has been stages where they did look the better team. Right then, here we go as we come out for the second half. We just need to find that little something to help us unlock Manchester City in the second half. It might come a little later as we try to change formations, etc., and maybe bring some players into the fray. But at this stage, I think we've held our own against a team that really should be dominating things. Sane does well there to get past the right back. Aguero's in. That was very lucky at this stage as Garcia smashes that one home. I spoke too soon as Manchester City come out on top form in the second half. And that is a fabulous finish from Garcia. 1-0 to Man City. Right, what do we have in our locker then? What are we going to do to come back against Manchester City? Nordstrom running himself into a dead end. But, you know, you've got to try some things sometimes, haven't you? You can't just keep trying the same thing over and over. Especially when you are down 1-0 and chasing a game. Manchester City definitely come out in the second half with more verve than they had in the first. Great work there, and we've set Brendan Rafferty free, and he's clear of the man. Oh, and he drags his shot wide. Unlucky there from Brendan. Manchester City bring on Raheem Sterling. Well done there by the right back, Berglund, to steal that away. Peterson can't feed it off. Great ball out there, wide left, but Sane is unable to keep that in as City make another change, bringing off Aguero and bringing on Falcao. Nordstrom, who's dropped exceptionally deep now, looking for the ball. Cockrell-Mollet fires it down the line here for Smith to chase, but Pavard saw what was coming and dealt with it accordingly. Benning chasing down his man, getting a foot in and winning us a throw-in. As City make their last change here, Fernandinho coming into the battle. Anderson to Nordstrom, who fires it well wide, and Cockrell-Mollet has caught out the opposition, but he doesn't do well with the ball there. Now he's got himself out of position. Sterling could try to capitalise on that situation, but the England man decides to come back with it. Playing around us here, Man City at the moment, and Patterson, awesome work from the central defensive midfielder. Nordstrom off to Rafferty. Fortunate, comes back out to him. What was that ball, Nordstrom? Frustration starting to creep in here for Solihull. De Bruyne with an absolutely amazing shot there from distance that Thomas pushes around the post. Great strike, but a really good hand to that from Thomas. Well out by Benning. Sterling now Comes inside, gets the better of his man, and he really should have done better with that header there. Thomas rolls it out to Berglund. Into Patterson. He's gone again. Sané's tracking him, but can't keep up with the man. Ball's across. And he's gone one more. Oh my goodness. We have exposed Manchester City here. He's calling them out. He's calling them chickens. Because we have just hatched our plan. A switch to the 4-3-1-2 formation has worked an absolute treat there as the ball comes across. And Edison is left in no man's land as Brendan Rafferty. Yes, I know it's a sweaty finish. But come on, we're in a cup final. And I'm trying to play against a Premier League team. I'm going to take every opportunity I can. 1-1. Sané overlap here from Porro, and Peterson follows the run. We'll have to get out there again. Covers him off. Patterson now looking to cover off the attack here from Fernandinho, and he brutes him out of the way. Nordstrom does exceptionally well here to feed that off to Benning. Benning's pass down the line was pretty poor. Can't get back either the man that we just brought in from Grimsby. Having said that though, City go to the corner for some reason. Fernandinho now. Cancelo. Close that gap down. Patterson tries to get it away. And that was weak work by Sterling as Smith knocks it across here for Patterson. Sané takes control of the ball. Mollett. No! I don't know what Cockrell Mollett was playing at there, but I'm happy to get the ball away with Patterson here into Rafferty. One more. He can't deliver the ball through. Players looking particularly tired at this stage, but we do know that we've got where we need to be at this stage in the game. Sané does well, and Campbell does even better. Surely, ref. No, you're not going to call it? Okay, we're into time added on, deep time added on here. 4 minutes now of a 3-minute time that we were supposed to play, and the referee still allowing it to go on. Get it out. Still going on, and the referee calls time now. What a game. What a game. And it goes straight to penalties in the Carabao Cup final here. And can we do the impossible, as we've been doing all the way through this tournament? Can we defeat Pep Guardiola here and his team in a penalty shootout? Okay, after some shuffling here, you can obviously see the difference in quality of penalty takers that we have. But we will do our best here. Let's see if we can beat City in the final of the Carabao Cup on penalties. Lucas Peterson to step up first. And he just converts. Edison going the wrong way. De Bruyne for City. Oof. It's classed as a miss. I'm not sure it really was a miss, but that's what they've classed it as. Goes the right way there, and it's suddenly 1-1. Oh, Thomas again. Nordstrom missed a penalty. Goes to the right, and the keeper doesn't move. Sané now for City. Oh, you don't get much better than that. That is a fabulous penalty. As Rafferty now steps up to take his. Sends the keeper the wrong way. And it's now 3-1. And Thomas can actually win us the cup here. Sterling stepping up for Manchester City. And it's us. We've beaten Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final. I don't know what to say. Honestly, this team has just continued to exceed everybody's expectations all the way through this tournament. And we've outdone Manchester City in the final. Solihull, Birmingham. Take a look at what we've just done. We have beaten City on penalties in the Carabao Cup final. Madness, an absolute madness. Look at the scenes there on the pitch. The players absolutely unbelievably happy with themselves, and they deserve to be, because they've overturned a 1-0 in favour of Manchester City as we went into the second half. Got the goal that we needed with that breakaway goal as we change formations, and we're about to put our hands on the Carabao Cup. Can you believe it? Eddie Patterson steps up. Yes, boys. Thoroughly deserved. An amazing cup run from League 2. Remember, we're a League 2 team that have just been promoted from the National League. This is the stuff of dreams. This is the Leicester City story all over again. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Drink it in, lads, because there's going to be more of this. This is just the beginning. And I hope a lot of you guys are here for the ride, because it's going to be a big one. That's it. Get in there, lads. Get in that photo. Unbelievable. Solihull Moors are Carabao Cup champions after the third season of being in management with them.
Just a couple of questions for you.
So there we have it, guys. We beat Manchester City. Yeah, I still can't believe it. In the Carabao Cup final. Unbelievable. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you have, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel for more FIFA 20 content. But for now, I'm out of here.
Thank you for your time.